Guys, I got a new dog. Look, it's a Dachshund. And it's, like, I'm sorry to offend the other two, but this one is a lot more educated than the other two. Because he's potty trained, he can sleep whenever he wants, he doesn't bark, he is very lovely. No, it's not a real dog. Long story short, The Secret Life of Pets toys came out today at Toys R Us, and they all got them, so I got this one myself too. Hello everybody! So today's video was intended to be the Met Gala review, but I have scrapped that idea fully because I just couldn't come up with jokes that would make the people I didn't like look awful. Like, I did come up with like really good jokes, but they made the people I didn't like look good, and I don't want them to look good because it's not a good review, so that's why. But you know what? If I'm still alive and I can still talk after my plastic surgery in August, there's always next year. Today, I was thinking of so many ideas because I write down all of my YouTube ideas, and I came up with this idea on teaching you guys how to stay alive for conventions, because literally convention season is upon us. I mean, DragCon is literally just happening right now at the convention center. So convention season is upon us right now, and E3 is coming, and all those wonderful conventions are coming as well. So here are my tips, 6 or 5. I'm gonna go with 6 tips on how to stay at conventions. Number 1, don't do what I do and bring uncomfortable shoes to conventions, because for the most part you'll most likely be walking around the entire time. If you're at VidCon, you're probably running around like if you're being chased after your life to go find Dan and Phil somewhere. That's probably the case. Or, you know, if you're me, you're probably going to be running around looking for the Saucony Jolies wherever they are. So you're going to need comfortable shoes, and don't do what I do, because at conventions I think it was D23. D23 is the one where I walked the most. I brought my Burberry shoes, which are the most uncomfortable shoes that I ever wear. I brought the black ones that I showed you in my shoe collection, and they literally, I was bleeding. I was actually bleeding by the end of the day because it was so painful and it was so tough for me to walk in those shoes. But you know what? I braved through it and I still got my 1,000 views. Number 2, if we're staying at a hotel near the convention center, make sure that hotel has good Wi-Fi, because if you go to your hotel room for at least 10 to 20 minutes during the convention and you see, I don't know, you see a notification that something's gonna happen and you don't have good enough Wi-Fi, you're not gonna find out, and you probably might be missing out on that. And then when you get there, you'll be disappointed and you'll cry, and then you'll do something crazy, and then the cops will get involved, and then you'll go to court, and then you're gonna lose in court. I just realized I was telling my life story. I'm supposed to be helping you guys out. Number 3, if you are a vlogger like me as well, make sure you bring a spare camera with you if you're gonna film wherever you're gonna go. So if you don't bring a spare camera, you're gonna go back to the Mesozoic era and have to use your phone, which, let's be honest, is not the same quality as your camera, but it still captures something, but it's not gonna capture the way you wanted it to be captured, and ugh, things get complicated. Number 4, this is actually a really good advice. Make sure you have a clear and precise schedule as to what you're going to do at what time. Just because if you don't have a precise schedule, you're gonna end up having to run across the convention center and then across to the other one and not get there on time for your events. So make a clear and concise schedule so that you know where you're going to be at what time, and what you're exactly going to see, and you're going to enjoy what you see, and you won't regret the decisions you make, like wear the Burberry shoes. Number 5, make some friends. Honestly, it is the best thing in the entire world to make some friends at conventions, because usually you guys are going to share the exact same taste, and you are going to just fangirl or fanboy over whatever you guys are standing in line for, or whatever you guys are looking at that exact same moment. You're gonna scream at the same time, you're gonna cry at the same time, you're gonna talk at the same time, you're gonna eat at the same time, you're gonna get married at the same time. Whoa. That went to another level that I did not want it to go. I was focusing on conventions and not focusing on life. Let's just back. Yeah, it is wonderful to make friends at conventions because you guys are bonding over one exact thing that you guys love. For example, you know, for me at book signings, I've met a ton of friends at book signings, and we all just bonded, we get along really well, or I've met other friends, certain friends, at album sightings and live streams. Make some friends, commute, mingle, pretend that your Tinder dates are finally around you and you can actually talk like a human person and not disguise yourself through a picture of a model. And the last tip, number 6. Be hydrated. No, that's an awful tip. No. And tip number 6, here's a better tip than be hydrated. I mean, be hydrated, but here's a better tip. If a security guard is rude to you, disrespectful to you, or ruins your fun at any given moment in the time when it is inappropriate, do not be afraid to stand up for yourself and stand up for your rights. Trust me, at D23 there was, I mean, not all of them were rude. Like, some of them recognized me from 3 years before, but some of them were actually really rude and they were really disrespectful. And some at VidCon as well, I'll be honest. Some at every convention have been really rude and disrespectful. So honestly, do not let yourself be disrespected or be mistreated by just unjustly. You stand up for yourself and you do what's right for yourself and not let anybody take you down. And that does not only go for conventions, that also goes for life as well. And I just realized we're going back again to the depths of my thoughts that don't really make it to YouTube and instead make it to music. That is all of my 6 tips on how to survive conventions, or at least get through the first door and say you're alive. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a massive thumbs up. As well, pre-order ever. It's only days away. It is literally days away, and that is insane, and I cannot believe it. It's just so crazy. The time has passed so quickly, and now it is days away, and I just want you all to pre-order it and buy it when it comes out, and as well subscribe if you're new. I always love seeing new viewers, and I will see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm not vlogging. Never mind. Wednesday. Goodbye.